What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. This is Luna. We ready to watch some Hell's Paradise? What's up, bro? Yeah, she's funny as shit. Look at her, look at how she's sitting, bro. She's so fucking funny. Yeah, lay down. Yeah, good girl. Oh man, Hell's Paradise, man. Last episode was a doozy, bro. That shit fucking went crazy all of a sudden because Gabi Marlow's getting a little impatient. He's like, okay, what are we doing? Like, what information are we searching for? How long is this gonna take? Like, how long are we gonna take to like get confident? Or like, Sensu's trying everything, reading every single sort of scripture or whatever in the village, and it doesn't make any sense to him. It's not amounting to anything because he can't comprehend it because this is a place they're not from. So it didn't really it wasn't leading them anywhere, and they Gabi Marlow felt like they were wasting time, so to speak, because he's worried about his shinobi from his village potentially showing up and getting to the elixir first, or whatever the case may be. In that case, also like just attacking them and fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like 1v however many they bring. At least Gabi, for Gabi Marlow, because he's just one shinobi. You know what I'm saying? Out of his whole village. So he was like, man, I kind of agree with him in the case like that. He went by himself. It is risky, yes, for sure, but at the end of the day, bro, you're not gonna figure shit out unless you just go the fuck out there. Because if you already can't comprehend this place, then you're just gonna have to learn by experience and hope to God that you don't die. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like, you're not gonna be able to figure anything out if you just don't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so Gabi Marlow took the chances, and sure enough, he reached Horai. Through the mist, saw the praying trees, which is all like, regular humans that eventually turn into that, and they stand still, you know what I'm saying? And they're constantly praying towards Horai or whatever. And he finally reaches this gate, and it seems like that's like the real true Horai, like where it's like the center place where all the Tensen stay, and it's 7 of them. Finally figured that out last episode too. It's 7 of them. They all have the same voice actor. That's why, like, whenever you hear like the female voice, like multiple, they all have the same voice actor for female and then male. You know what I'm saying? Which is very interesting. That's what I noticed right away, because I was like, okay, it sounds like, I'm hearing different characters or different Tensen that I haven't seen before. Like, it sounds like the Ao Mine, I think that's the voice actor. Like, every time I hear that voice, the first time I heard his voice or knew of the voice actor or found out about him was through Ao Mine through Kuroko no Basuke. So like, every time I hear his voice, I'm just like, Ao Mine. Like, I say that, but like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's the voice actor. And I love him to death. Like, he has like one of the cleanest voices I think ever. Like, it's just so distinct and unique, and I don't know, I think it fits a lot of the characters that he plays very well. So we learned that there's 7 of them. They all have the same voice actor, through the tree guy that we met, and that's like towards the end of the episode when he's helping them like try and go look for Gabi Marlow and like travel to Horai and whatnot. Pretty much before that, like throughout the whole episode, the whole episode was pretty much focused on Gabi Marlow getting to that place, and then that one Tensen that fucked up Tenza and his master and Senka, but actually ended up killing Tenza. She's the one that notices him first, or like, I guess like they take turns on like guard duty, or like, taking care of like the island, and like, getting rid of, humans or whoever, like, travelers or whatever. And she just, she's like, God damn it, like, why is there another one, bro? Like, she's already like, it's like the Tensen's already worked hard enough today, you know what I'm saying? Like, they, they're just like, oh my God, like, why? But this is how they start getting into it. And, the Tensen realizes pretty quickly that Gabi Marlow is not one to be fucked with. And, they're actually going at it, bro. And the choreography was really good for the hand-to-hand combat. Like, it was strikingly good. Like, I was like, damn, this shit lit. And sure enough, that Tensen put Gabi Marlow to his limits, but he challenged that Tensen right back and started fucking her up, punched her into the ground. The Tensen just laughed and smiled and actually used a little bit too much of its power and used its transformation, which then really fucked Gabi Marlow up. And the only reason why he survived was thankfully because of May, which is that child. We finally learned her name. Her name's May, apparently. And we do actually realize now that, like, after she saved him, the Tensen was like, May, what are you doing? So that means the Tensen are also aware of this child's existence, which I thought was the case, but at least we get confirmation on that, which is very good to know. And we actually know her name now, which is May. Unless we did, I don't think we already knew that before, but yeah. So she saved him. thank God. And then we actually see a little bit of a meeting with the 7 Tensen, and we don't see all of them fully. You know, they're kind of alluding to their, you know, full reveals if we end up fighting them, apparently. You know, I would assume. But that's going to be, I mean, hopefully it's one at a time, bro. Because if it's all 7 of them, they decide to actually group up and, like, fucking take things seriously. Bro, it's going to be a problem, bro. We already have enough trouble with one. They're, like, kind of discussing, like, okay, these humans aren't like the humans that we've seen before. Like, they're actually giving us some trouble. You know, like, we're going to have to be wary. And then, obviously, you know, don't be surprised if, like, a cornered beast, like, you know, gets, like, ramped up and, like, how strong they actually become. And that guy was alluding to the blonde guy, because as he was saying that, the blonde guy has his brother on his shoulders and jumps out of the pit. So that is confirmation that yes, they made it. They're alive. They got fucked up by that blonde Tensen, but they are alive and well, and they survived. So they're still a part of this journey. And then towards the end of the last episode, I think we caught up with Gabimaru, like kind of, you know, awakening or just like realizing like, damn, this girl saved me, you know, like what the fuck is she doing here? And then him like kind of discussing, okay, like if there was a group of, if there was just 2 of us, 3 of us, or no, even more, like if there was a group of us, like we could really have a chance here. So he's starting to think like, yeah, we're gonna, like, you know, it's starting to allude that they need to group up, like they need to fucking like band together if they want to have a chance at all against these fucking Tensen, because they're not, as we can see, they're not one to be fucked with, bro. They're literally immortal. Like, you gotta figure out something. And there was one instance where, you know, he landed a kick and it actually did some damage. And then she was alluding to, or the Tensen, you know, they were alluding to that Gabimaru might be special in a way. So does Gabimaru already have, like, powers of the elixir in some way? Like, how does that, like, work? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the Tensen was alluding to there, but hopefully we get confirmation on that at some point too. And right as he was saying about possibly grouping up, Blade Dragon guy and rank 9 assignment mode pull up on him. And obviously, Blade Dragon guy is kind of taunting him. He's like, "Oh, are you gonna die?" So hopefully they actually talk things out and they group up together at least. And then eventually, since you know the tree that we met that told us everything, and then what's her name? Yuzihira, Senta, Sagari, they're all on their way as well. So hopefully they meet up with Gabimaru and rank 9 assignment Blade Dragon guy, and we got a nice little group now. No, hopefully that's the case. So I'm hoping to see that this episode, or, you know, who knows, when we might get into something else. But that's what I'm expecting. Very excited. Without further ado, let's get into the episode. If you guys enjoy it, please like down below, comment, subscribe for new, and hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. Let's get it. Episode 10, double digits, Hell's Paradise. Right into the opening. Say less. New content. Right from the get-go. All right, let's get it, baby. Come on. Yin and Yang. Okay.
お主こそ左の重心。かばい方が慣れてないな。立ち姿でわかる。その左腕、重傷で使えないのだろう。
Yep. We had to cut off his left hand. They're both reading each other so well. These two seem like they might be the strongest out of like the whole group. They're both realizing what could happen to each other. Thank you, rank 9. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. Well, thank God for rank 9 for wanting to learn something. Because there's obviously a lot of odd things going on right now. Why don't you're just talking about grouping up with people, like, come on, let's make this quick. I don't want this, you know, to go too long. Like, start talking about what needs to happen. Let's go! Huge progress, right as I said that. Let's go. Didn't flinch. Damn right. Hey, he's not weak, bro. Yeah, thank you, rank 9. Because you guys, they haven't met a Tensen yet. Clearly they have yet to. There we go. I fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about, motherfucker.
知らんて。
俺たちもちょうど迷子だったとこだろ。
そうですが、彼は競争
His mannerisms and personality sounds a little different, but this guy,
本当の目的じゃねえ。
Loki sounds like Endeavor. I feel like it is. I feel like it is. I don't know though.
そりゃ手段だ。さすれば俺の名はいよいよ限りなく語り継がれ伝説とな
Oh, he has a much more
る。タミヤ眼鉄祭の名は追いず死ぬこと。
Tamiya. Okay, that's his name, Tamiya. Finally, god damn, it took forever. Like I keep on, I've been calling him Blade Dragon Guy for the longest.
途方もない先の時代に残る。
Tamiya. So yeah, he has a much more of a spiritual or like, I don't know, philosophical approach to being immortal. He wants to create a legend of himself, like someone that is talked about throughout millennia. Yeah, bro, I'm pretty sure that voice actor is Endeavor, bro. The personality is just mad different, obviously. Hey, thank God, we got the business quick. Thank you.
まずはこの少女だが。
Wait, does she look bigger? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, she looks like an adolescent now.
女の発育の神秘だろ。
そういう問題じゃない。
He thinks it's just normal for female development. Oh, she
喋
talked.
れるようになったのか。助けてくれてありがと
Yeah, on God, start with that. Thank you.
う。喋れるのが教えてほしい。
Kabimaru's growing a lot, okay? Like his first reaction is to learn stuff right away and
お主も天
get
性
as quickly as
様と
possible
同
to
意
his
なのか。
goal. But he's making progress. As you can see, like he's like, no, hold up, I need to change my
やは
tactics.
りどう考えても
Bowed his head
おか
like,
しい。
yo, let's group up. Thank God that happened quickly. So we're already moving that goal quickly, like to group up and start as achieving things as a
これ
group.
までの話を聞いて確信しました。ここが本物の新宣教だとするのはやはり無理がある。そこが問題です。ないまぜになった要素はどれも特定の文化。
That's funny as shit that Tamiya's voice actor, I'm pretty sure is Endeavor, and then this guy is fucking Deku,
宗
bro.
教観が先んじてあるということ。モロマキアです。彼は倒幕を目論む新興宗教の教祖でした。彼の宗教
Really?
もここと同様、様々な宗教を継ぎはぎしたいびつさがあった。僕が以前に
Oh,
でき
shit.
損ないと感じたのはそれゆえです。すみません、喋りすぎました。
Hey, don't worry. Yeah, for real, don't worry, bro. You figured out a lot right there, finally.
まあ、好きというか。
I mean, shit. So apparently, yeah, this island has a creator. Like, it's not like an actual, like, just like godlike, you know, crazy heaven place or paradise. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone made this place.
もしかしたらガビマルたちもとっくに死んでんじゃない？
Nope, they're not. They got more friends.
いいえ、きっと生きてます。そして絶対に諦めていない。今もどこかで手立てを考え、実行している。
Mm-hmm. Damn right.
最愛の人に
It's amazing how much she trusts him
それが
now compared to
ガビマルという
before.
男です。
Like, look, she's already kind of like taking on her own like influence and the experience of being with him, and like, yo, this is the kind of man he
わしに
is.
教えてくれ。
And as she's right, that's exactly what he's doing. He's already planning the next move and grouping up with others.
天仙様
And
に
hopefully
対
they
抗しうる
regroup with
力がある
them.
ならわしに教えてほしい。
タオは万物に流れる力のことだ。
に
Oh.
流れる力？
天仙様はそれを操るのですか？
そうだ。
僕たちに分かるように説明してもらうのは難しそうですね。
So it's kind of like a source of like power. Like everybody has it. Like it kind of reminds me of like
イケメンな先生いない
hockey,
もんか
like in
ね
One Piece. Like it all has, everybody has the potential to kind of use it, but it only like there's certain levels to it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can either use it really well, or you're a very novice and you have a certain niche to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, seems like this training is still going on.
頼むよ先生。
Oh, she's begging, or not begging, but like pleading for him to teach her.
天座の敵を討ち
And
に
he's
行こう
like, nah, I'm good.
もうこれ以上目の前で若い命が散るのは見たく
Yeah,
ない。
he's already stressing. Like he's like, I can't deal with losing another young
敵討ち
person.
はするが、君の上達を待つ気はない。前にも言ったが、私は君の先生
And
じゃない。
see, he keeps on denying her being his student or wanting to be a student. Like I don't want any more students, bro. I've lost all my students.
後ろから襲ったのに鑑定だけじゃ説明つかない。もうこれ以上目の前で大好きな人が死ぬのは。
See, she's on the same wavelength. That's gonna hit close to home for him because it's the same thing for him. Like they both don't want to see any more death. of ones they love.
この感覚は
I keep on forgetting about them because they have yet to meet up with any, like Senka hasn't met up with anybody yet. Same thing with Shion, I think too. So these two hopefully need to get in contact with the rest of them. That's what I'm hoping at least.
体の周りを流れる波だ。私はそれを知覚しているんだ。
Oh, maybe he already has a good understanding of
身
TAO.
長や体重、波を利用すれば感覚だけ
I think he's talking about TAO. This seems like to be an episode. Yes. See, we're getting perspectives of everybody on what TAO
知
is.
覚するには心を整えねばならない。
生と動、陰と陽、
Yin
そ
and
の
yang.
循環、ルテンこそがタオの力を引き出す鍵だ。
仏教的に言えば中道。その
The
心持ち
middle
が
way.
本来以上
That's very interesting that it's called the middle way because that's Sagari's kind of like
大きな力をいなしたり、死ぬような傷を受けても死ななかった。
resolve. That's kind of like Sagari's resolve. Like it's the middle way, not strong, not weak. And I just noticed that's what Mei is saying to Gabimaru.
君の場合はそれ以前だ。
So they're all trying to figure out TAO in their own way or have their own perspective on it. Like we're seeing that from each group right now. Gabimaru and his group are trying to learn about it from Mei. Senka's learning about it from Shion. He knows about it because he's been blind most of his life. And this is how he learned to be this great of a swordsman, even though he's blind. He uses TAO.
全部教えてる天然かわざと
殺生はいけません。
この世のものには全て固有の波がある。私はそれを知覚しているんだ。
Light work.
腕力に頼らず刀の重さを利用しろ。だが学ぶなら勝手に学べばいい。
There you go. You gotta start figuring it out on your own.
だがあの化け物にかなわないのも事実。
Yeah, he's still thinking about the Tensen.
必要だがこの島にはそんな悠長な時
And
間
he's
は
already
ない。
thinking about improving if he wants to leave this place or have another chance against the Tensen. He's got to improve.
さあ、そのタオって力を教えてくれ、お嬢。
まったく気の荒いおっさんだ。
Just put her on his shoulder.
あいつは
Wait, what?
なんだ
Yeah, who the fuck is this?
すごいの作ったね、ムーダ。
Whoa, 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 whoa,
効
whoa!
率よくタンを収穫できるじゃん。
穴に入れる人間は殺さないよ。
Damn, pink-haired Tensen like fooling around with everybody, bro.
彼らは皆自分と同じ境遇に他人を招きたい。
Pink-haired Tensen just like having a good time all the time. Ugh. Made it out. Holy shit.
ただ勢いでどうにかなる相手じゃない。状況整理が必要だ。クソども殺すぞ、トーマ。
Yeah, he's ready for his get back right away.
では対策を練りましょう。
対策なんかいらね
え。でもどうやって？
大方、あいつらの弱点は下半身だろ。なんか
Damn,
植物っぽかったし。
he's already thinking of countermeasures pretty quickly.
おかしくね。
さすが兄さん。それが状況整理と対策です。
Okay, yeah, there you go.
なんだよ。
いえ、少し噛み締め。
I'm just taking that in that you're actually kind of smart.
ああ、そうかそうか。お前も空気になったか。バケモンの肉。
違いますよ。
No,
ってそれバケモン
that's
じゃな
not
く
what
て。
I meant at all.
けよ。体力つけとかねえと持たねえぞ。
兄さん。
やっぱり生きてましたか。
Who the fuck? Okay, another one just pulled up. Who are these people?
失礼。突然声をかけて失礼。私は偵察に来ただけ。天仙様の命で。
天仙様。
They got orders from the
あの
Tensen?
男か女かわからねえやつのことか。
さよう、我らが死です。
Okay.
あなたたち以外にも島に上陸した人間のもとに我々同士は天仙様直々の弟子右腕
Okay.
城内で天仙様に
So kind of like
学びながらお世話をし
assistants to the
面倒事を処理するそれが我らの務めです
Okay.
ほらい。
Yeah, like what? Ooh, he actually strong though. Oh, he caught himself. Oh, literally just crushed his arm off. All these humans that turn into flowers produce Tan. Is it the same thing with the monsters and the rest of the things on this island? Okay, so Doshi are able to regenerate too. We just saw that. Maybe the blonde kid is gradually getting stronger because he's been fucking eating and drinking these monsters' blood. Yeah, these two are savage, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, these two are gonna be a problem. These two are gonna be a problem. The flow of the Tao. See, we got that same imagery of what Shion sees all the time since he's blind. Ooh. Bro, what's gonna happen to him now? No way you end it right there, you motherfuckers. You goddamn sons of bitches. How dare you? Come on, dog. Come on. That shit was getting so good. That's a crazy cliffhanger. That's probably one of the craziest ones yet in Hell's Paradise. Damn, bro. As soon as he gets his throat fucking punctured, that's where you end it? Like, come on. Come on. Alright guys, what another amazing episode of Hell's Paradise. This was another episode that we got a good amount of info, more on like one thing particularly, or specific, not as much info that we definitely got in Heavenly Delusion, which that show is just always fucking insane with the info and clues and information, brainstorming, blah, 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 blah. This episode of Hell's Paradise was more centered on, yes, we got some information, but it was more centered on the island itself. We got a little bit more from Senta, and then the big key topic was TAO this episode, this thing called TAO, which is also known as Yin and Yang, or you know, the middle way, which is kind of like Sagari's conviction, which we found out earlier in the show, where she, you know, her conviction is the middle way. Like that's how she finds her, you know, strongest capabilities, is being in that middle way, you know, like not strong, not weak, but in the middle, you know, stuff like that. So it's very interesting that TAO is the thing that's most effective against Tenzin, because Sagari, that's her conviction, is the middle way. So she might be one of the best options in terms of, or maybe one of the best learners when it comes to being able to use TAO. I feel like she might be very quick on the jump. And then Shion, he's already up on that joint, you know what I'm saying? He's already really good at using talent in his senses, at least, but in terms of actually using it with his sword or fists, you know, that's another discussion, which would be very interesting on the ways that you can apply it. Because if, say for example, Gabimaru and, you know, the Tamiya, we finally figured out his name, holy shit, instead of Blade Dragon guy. Like I said, let's start from the beginning of the episode. Like Gabimaru and Tamiya obviously confronting each other. They're both like assessing each other on like what would happen if they attack each other. And Rank 9's like, fuck this is useless. Like this is a waste of time. Like what are we doing? And then Gabimaru, like he's like, oh man, like do I have to fight right now? And he's like, no, hold up, I gotta switch up on what I'm doing. I gotta switch this up. Like we gotta start working smarter. So he actually bows his head and he's like, I propose that we work together. And at first, you know, the Tamiya is being like a, you know, big, you know, typical warrior motherfucker, like, how dare you bow your head? And he didn't dodge his blade or even flinch to his blade. So obviously Gabimaru was being serious, and that's what told that to him. So I'm glad they got to that right away, and it didn't spend too much time on like what it looked like they might have fought. So I'm glad they got that out of the way quickly, and it's like, all right, bet we're working together now. So we got Mei, Gabimaru, and Rank 9 Simone and Tamiya together, which is lovely. And they start going over information through Gabimaru, what he's learned, and you know, Tenzin. And very quickly I realized, okay, the way that Rank 9 and Tamiya were reacting or saying things at first, like it was like, okay, these motherfuckers haven't even run into a Tenzin yet. Like they have no idea what they're dealing with. And then sure enough, it kind of like cuts, and they're like, What are these Tenzin monsters you speak of? We didn't run into any of those. It's like, yeah, no shit. That's obvious. This is why I want to team up with you. And then so they start exchanging information, and Gabimaru looks back at Mei, and he's like, hold the fuck up. You were just a child a second ago. Like, why do you look older? Like, she looks kind of like a teen girl now, or like an adolescent. Maybe like a young adult, but I don't think she's quite like fully grown or same age as like the rest of the Tensen, but she looks a little bit older now. And Gabimaru noticed that right away, and Tommy's like, what of it? Why does it fucking matter? And apparently she can talk now, but like very like reserved, like it's kind of like one word phrases, you know what I'm saying? Strong, weak, Tao, mind, body. Like, you know, she's trying to explain it as best she can with her vocabulary being restricted, which I'm assuming has to do with her age being restricted. Like that's the whole thing. Like whenever she was a small child, she couldn't say anything, and then now she's a little bit older, or looks a little bit older, now she can say a little bit. So once she fully gets that restriction off, like that would be amazing. And I wonder what's the key to that. I have no idea. But then again, you know, she's trying to explain it as best as possible. And then like this is where we're getting the perspective from everybody throughout the episode of what Tao is, what it's capable of, people trying to learn it, and et cetera, et cetera. And this is what's going to actually be effective against Tensen or beings that are immortal. You know what I'm saying? Because we could tell from the get-go, like ever since the Tensen finally started showing themselves and we actually saw what they were capable of, it's like, all right, bro, if we don't figure out something soon, or at the very least group up with other people, we're not going to stand a fucking chance. These are immortal beings we're talking about. We need something, anything. Like, we're not gonna have a chance if we don't figure something out, or at least group up. So now finally we're grouping up, we're exchanging information, we're getting the perspective of everybody on this one thing called Tao, which could be interpreted as yin and yang, and that's basically the source of power that is in every person's body. Everybody has it, it's just a matter of honing it and being able to use it. You know what I'm saying? About figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the potential. It's just, you know, certain people are more exceptional than others, you know, or have more potential than others. And it all depends on how hard you work on it too, and how quick of a learner you are and how you figure it out. So this is what we learned that is effective against Tensen. Gabimaru and them are learning about it from Mei as best they can, and they're getting practice through one of the doshi showing up and just keep sending those monsters that are, you know, mindless basically. So they're getting practice through that. That's how they plan on figuring it out, I guess. And obviously Gabimaru notices the doshi in the back. He's like, who the fuck is that? And we learn from, you know, seeing the blonde guy and his brother get out of the pit that what that person is called doshi, and they're basically the right-hand men or right-hand mans of, you know, fucking the Tensen. They're basically, you know, their assistants, and, you know, they take care of all of this like other like grunt work or like figuring things out. And so this is what their mission is, and that's what they've been given by the Tensen as of recent, is go figure out more about these humans or these people that have traveled to the island. Go figure out what you can and test stuff out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Go get information. That's what we need, because they're worried, like, oh shit, like this is the first time that humans have actually gotten this far and have given us this much trouble. Like, this is different this time. So they're trying to figure stuff out they're trying to get info as well. So it's obviously a constant information battle, because it's two groups going against each other. The Tensen and the natives of this island versus the people that came here, which is Gabimaru and them. So we see that encounter between the blonde guy and Doshi and his brother. The brother's taking care of the grunt monsters, and then blonde guy is taking on the Doshi, who we also see is immortal and is not going to be easy to take down, and we need to figure out how to use Tao. But the blonde guy, who knows if he's actually going to be able to figure out how to use it. But the Doshi is recognizing that this guy is very strong. He's capable. It's just a matter of him actually honing it and finding it, and if that's even possible for him, because, you know, who knows. But that's pretty much where the episode ends for him and his brother, because I mean, he just keeps on getting rocked, bro. Not rocked, but like, it seems like he's one of those characters that just keeps taking fucking hits and damage, and he keeps moving, he keeps standing up, like whatever, like he's about to smoke. He's not gonna fucking give up. So I doubt he's down for the count. I'm sure we're gonna see him figure out how to use Tao or do something next episode with that group. We see Senka still pleading with Shion, like, please teach me the way of the sword, please be my master, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's tired of losing people, Shion's tired of losing people, and once she finally said that finally kind of convinced him, like, okay, I'll at least give you some hints and show you some basics and tell you some things, but it's not going to be an exact student-teacher relationship where I'm going to be teaching you the whole time. Like, if you're free to, like, interpret from my experience and gain experience for yourself if you want to, and do with that what you will, but I'm not gonna I don't have the time to teach your student all fucking day, like, you know, like how he did with his previous students. Like, nah, that's not how it works. We're already on the island, like, you're gonna have to figure it out on your own. So she's committed to that, and she's actually you know, trying her best, and she's cutting down a couple monsters with him. But we saw from his perspective that he's very used to the presence or the observation of Tao, maybe not using it physically, because, you know, obviously he was struggling to effectively hit the Tenzin as well, but his observation is very, very strong, because he senses everything, because every being essentially gives off Tao. And that's like that imagery that he always sees, even though he's blind. And that's how he knows that Senka's hair is tied up, all this other stuff, and where everybody's at, and like, you know, how he's able to move and work efficiently because he's blind. He's using the observation qualities of Tao. So if they can figure out how to use that physically, they're golden. And then Sagari, Yuzahira, and Senta are learning the same thing about Tao through the Mr. Groot guy that has been helping us out and giving us info throughout this whole time. And they're traveling together to Harai to hopefully find Gabimaru and Mei. And throughout their whole walk, they're talking about Tao and this and that, and like how that's affected the Tenzin. And then also before that, Senta was mentioning like how everything he's learned so far, this place doesn't add up. Like, this can't actually be Shisenkyo or whatever it's called, like paradise or whatever. Like, this can't actually be that. You know, those are legends, those are rumors, but from what he's learned so far, it definitely seems like this is a man-made creation. Someone kind of made this religion, like everything's kind of combined, like all the names of the Tenzin, the names of the monsters, and that they're combinations of different religions. And it starts clicking in his head like this has got to be man-made, and he thinks of one individual in particular, and we see that man's face come up, and it's curious to think if that person might actually be a Tenzin right now. And if that's the case, then that really proves or gives evidence to Senta's theory, because right now he's leaning on, like, after everything he's learned, this island, this place, it's man-made. Like, there's no way it's paradise. Basically, that's what he's saying. So that was a good tad bit of information. And yeah, that's pretty much the rest of the episode, is just learning about Tao and, you know, seeing how they can do their best to learn that, to actually have effective fights against the Tenzin and actually be able to take one of them down or even have a chance. Because Gabimaru got pretty far. So that's what and now that we're learning about this too, like with Tao, that's definitely, Gabimaru got one good hit on that Tenzin that he fought previous episode. That is definitely what that was. Like, he got a quick little feeling of Tao. So I'm assuming next episode he's probably gonna remember, like, hold up, I did get one good hit on her, and then he's gonna try and, like, okay, let me, like, try and remember what that feels like, and then he'll probably figure it out, blah 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 blah. And that's where we'll go from there. And then hopefully, like, because Gabimaru and Mei already grouped up with those other two, rank 9 and Tamiya, hopefully they find Sagari and them again. That's one big group. And then I want Senka and Shion to find them eventually too, and have them all group up. That would be a huge come up. And then that's just one big group. And then the only other two are the two brothers. And I wouldn't mind if they stay on their own, because it seems like the blonde guy's just going to keep getting up no matter what. He's probably actually he has way more potential than we think. So I wouldn't be surprised if they stay on their own. But obviously, best case scenario, if they were able to group up with the rest of them too, and then we just have one big collective group, that would be absolutely perfect. That's like best case scenario. So that's what I feel like we're heading in the direction of, and I'm loving it. It's great. So another amazing episode. Can't complain. That's gonna do it for me. If y'all enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, comment, let me know what you guys think, subscribe for new, and hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.